Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me the convener of this webinar and the brain behind the best place to start, team, person of Mr. Fantastic, Ochai Akatu. Thank you.
So I am not going to keep you guys listening to my voice for long because I am not the one that you've come to listen to or learn from today. But I just want to share with you very briefly the journey of best place to start. So as the moderator pointed out, I'm a legal practitioner and I've been so for over 20 years. Now, in the course of my experiences and my practice as a legal practitioner helping businesses, one of the things that caught my attention was the immense fail rate of businesses in Nigeria. In fact, at a point, it is said that 7 out of 10 businesses will ultimately fail in Nigeria. And this got me thinking and wondering what exactly is the cause. There are a plethora of causes for business failure in Nigeria. But one of the things that kept coming to me was the fact that business owners lacked vital information to enable them, to help them to succeed. And this exactly is how and why the best place to start was birthed. The best place to start was birthed as a platform and as a community to help entrepreneurs, business owners, and career professionals to succeed. And how do we do this? By bridging the gap between information and action. So we do this by a host of different methodologies, one of which you guys are a beneficiary of today. So I just want to commend each and every one of you that has taken the initiative of joining this webinar. You have taken the first step to success. You being here shows me that you are serious about your business and that you are desirous of your business succeeding. I started off by saying that I'm not going to say a whole lot today because you did not come here to listen to me. You came here to listen to the senior advocate of Nigeria, and he will come on in a few minutes. And I really hope that you all have your notebooks and your pens ready to take notes. It is not easy to have a senior lawyer, a senior advocate of Nigeria advising you on your business. Take that from me. It would cost an arm and a leg for any small business to consult with a senior advocate of Nigeria. Today, you have that opportunity free of charge. So please grab your notebooks, grab your pens, your papers, and make sure you take notes. And please pay attention. Pay rapt attention to everything he says, because this is a gentleman who knows what he's saying. So without further ado, I'm going to hand you back to our able moderator, and she's going to carry you along the rest of this journey. Thank you so much for being here, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fantastic. I hope it's okay to address you as that through this webinar today. Is that okay, sir?
That's perfect.
Okay, that's good. Here, all right. Having said that, it is right in time and a good time to introduce our speaker for today. Okay, our speaker for today is none other than Olumide Olujinmi, SAN, an LLB and graduate of the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, qualified to practice as a barrister and the solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria in 2024 after satisfying the requirements from the Nigerian Law School, Abuja. An alumni of the prestigious University of Oxford, United Kingdom. He obtained certifications from Money Legal Training, United Kingdom, for commercial legal practice. an expert in litigation, project finance, energy and information technology law. He has successfully handled several dispute resolution cases in diverse areas of specialization with a high degree of success. He has advised several businesses and individuals on regulatory and compliance requirements. He has also delivered papers at several public fora. Mr. Olujinmi was conferred with a highly coveted rank of Senior Advocate of Nigeria (SAN), equivalent of the King's Counsel (KC), England, in 2023 after he was found worthy by the conferring authority. He is presently the managing partner at Olujinmi and Akeredolu Legal Practitioners with offices in Ibadan and Abuja. Ladies, gentlemen, business owners, entrepreneurs, intending business owners, and career professionals, please join me as we make a grand welcome to our speaker of today, in person of Olumide Olujinmi, SAN. Good to have you here, sir. It's such an honor to have you.
All right. Thank you very much for the introduction. I sincerely appreciate. It is a great honor to be on this platform. Out of all the people in Nigeria, your organization found it worthy to choose me to deliver this paper. I'm sincerely honored. Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so going into the program for today, yes, I am someone who's used to being quite legalist in doing things, but from the nature of the discourse, I would try as much as possible not to be legalist so that it's going to be easier for the listening audience to consume. So can the slide be put up, please?
Right away, sir.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much. So this is the introduction. We're talking about the law, the legal roadmap for business success in Nigeria. And that's my name and introduction, that's all, which we've gone past already. Yeah, slide 2, please. Yeah, so in going into this webinar, these are things, this is a list of things that we expect to take away from the webinar. That is finding your venture. That is your idea for your business. Naming your business and brand. A registration of business, brand. Number 4, location, physical or online. And number 5, permits, licenses. 6, running the business. That is the most crucial part of everything. But of course, everything works hand in hand. So we would go into the first one, finding your venture idea for business. Yes, finding your venture, your business. Okay, this is where the whole thing starts from. You look around you, you understand that, okay, there's a need or probably a window in the market around you that requires being filled by some supplier or provider. For example, what business niche that a lot of young people have found themselves doing now is this delivery, courier service, dispatch. You understand? Some simply consider it as a scenario where you just have to buy a motorcycle, put a box behind it, get someone that can ride it to deliver it, to start running around, picking up parcels and delivering them. But of course, it's a whole lot beyond that. But this is where it starts from, the idea. It might be from a dream. It might be from a book that you read. It might be from a conversation you have with a friend or an enemy. Who knows? So this is where the whole thing starts from. You find your venture, find your business, Then afterwards, you have to go further than that. The next slide, please. Yes. After you get your business idea, yeah, it is important that you give your business idea a name, or for it also to be identified with a brand. So who knows? The name of the moderator is Blessing. She might just think, oh, Blessing Water. That's what we want to use now, Blessing Water. That's fine. Even if we quickly look at that now, we can already see that it's a unique name, Blessing Water. Have you seen that somewhere before? It's not impossible, because there's this philosophy that identifies that human beings at the same level in different parts of the world go through the same experience. So it is always possible that some other person who answers the name Blessing in Australia is having the same idea, right? So because of the possibility of that, that is what leads us to the next slide. So you get a name. So name for the business or name for the brand. Mind you, the brand name is different from the business name. Yes, the business name is what you register, for example, or you incorporate your company as. For example, it's let's say Dangote Group of Companies. That is the name of the company, right? But when we talk about brand, we see Dangote Cement. Dangote Cement is just a brand. Then it has a logo that you use to identify it. Everywhere you find it on any package, any sack that has cement in it, you know, this brand name is for Dangote, and Dangote is the one that made this cement. I could also have Dangote Sugar. Dangote Sugar is not the name of the company, but it's the brand name. You understand? So it's a whole lot different from the business name, which is Dangote Group of Companies. Just like we have Dangote, the refinery, that is the name of the company. Do you understand me? So as we continue this conversation, I believe it will get clearer to some of us who probably are not familiar with this. So in the registration of the business name or brand, the registration of the business name is done with the Corporate Affairs Commission. That is a repository of the data of all companies in Nigeria. In fact, it is more or less compulsory. When I say compulsory, is the easiest way to keep track of the records of your company when you register with the Corporate Affairs Commission. Mind you, a lot of people consider registration of business name and or trademark as an unnecessary expenditure. That means they can continue doing business in their name without registering this business. The danger is this. If the business is just being run in an individual's name, for example, Olumide is running the business. If, unfortunately, which we do not hope happens, while Olumide is running the business, he gets, let's say, ₦1 million to perform some services for a client, a customer. Then while he's driving his car that he registered in his name, he runs into a third party. In that kind of situation, he's already incurred liability of probably 100 or 200,000 naira. Because he runs the business in his name, in his personal name, now he has incurred a liability of 200,000 naira on the business, which is in his name. And the amount he has collected in respect of the customer he wants to service has now been affected because the liability also can come or can be claimed from that amount. This is not a safe situation for any customer. In fact, any customer that sees anybody running a business in their individual name should actually warn themselves not to continue with such a business owner. So it matters a lot. So the importance of registration now comes in. The importance of registration is this. When you register a company, let's say Olumide Limited, that is a different and separate entity from Olumide. So if Olumide decides to hit all the cars in town and incur a liability of 100 million naira, his business is not affected because the entity of the business has not incurred any liability, and the individual recognition of Olumide does not affect that business, except probably he becomes handicapped or disabled by the accidents. But for as long as he's alive and he can move around, yes, he can still run that business successfully, and he will now have the opportunity to work so hard, make some profit to be able to pay himself or the remuneration which he's entitled to from that business to take care of his liability. It might be so much work on him, but that is what he'll have to do. Then we go to registration of brand name trademark. I've mentioned earlier, Dangote group of companies and the different trademarks are different. That is a good example of that. Other companies also have registration name and brand names, several of them. It is important to register that brand name so that whenever anybody sees your product with that design and brand name on it, they'll know, oh, it is for this person. And as it moves around, considering that the quality is good, everybody will want to identify with it. So with this kind of situation, you must register the trademark. It is important to register the trademark. Why so? If your product is a very good product and it gains traction in the market, for the reason that you have not registered it, someone else who has seen the traction that your product is getting in the market can decide to copy your logo on their substandard product, ride on the traction that you've gained in the market, and deprive you of the profit that you're meant to gain. But if you have registered your trademark ahead of that person, as soon as you got the idea, then whatever profit such a person makes, you will be entitled to make a claim from that other person for that profit. So this is a way of protecting your business. Mind you, no matter how small your business is, these different steps I'm bringing out to you is important for you to be able to organically grow your business. A danger we have in Nigeria is that a lot of people just want to run their business as is convenient. Yes, it should be convenient, but again, the compliance with the different steps help a lot. My advice is run your business, no matter how small it is, as if it is a big corporation. Run it the way they're going to run Tesla. Run it the way they're going to run Amazon. Run it as if you plan for it to be Temu or Google or Yahoo. That is the way you should run it from the tiniest bit. There should be documentation and paper trail of everything that goes on in the company. And this is where it starts from, the registration of the business name, registration of brand name, trademark, registration of patents and design. Patent and designs is normally related with scientific innovations. For example, when you invent a particular product, maybe a mechanical, electrical product, that can provide solutions. There is wisdom in you registering the patent and design so that anybody that comes up or sees your idea cannot just copy it and take advantage of the market ahead of you. So to retain whatever profit you're going to make in your patent and designs, it makes a lot of sense for you to register that patent and design. One thing that is common with innovators is that they don't have the money to take their product to the market. So they have to speak with several investors. I have come across the story of a young man in South Africa who invented what we call this solution we use to clean the hand. Forgetting what it's called. Not water. We use a lot of it during the COVID. He had invented that a long time ago. And of course, he didn't have the money to take it to the market. He entered into conversations with several companies and they advised hand sanitizer. Thank you very much, Shamaka Okeze. Thank you very much. Yeah. He has spoken with several big companies to take it to the market. But what happened? They told him they will get back to him. And what did he do? He had already exposed the entire idea in creating the sanitizer. And what happened? The next thing we saw was that there was massive production of the same product in the United States of America, which deprived him of the entire profit he was meant to earn. He could not make any claim. Why? Because he had not registered the patent and design. He had not registered it. So those ones could freely go into the market and they took charge of the market and they enjoyed their profits. All he had to do was moon and tell the story of how he made his loss, which we are now learning from. Then we now have registration of copyrights. Registration of copyrights, of course, it comes with literary works and things like it. You might have a book that you are writing. Of course, writers find themselves having to engage with a lot of publishers before they meet the right one who is going to pay the ideal value for their product or for their literature. But before they get to that stage, because they have not registered the copyright, they expose their literature work to these publishers who easily run away with it. And before that person knows it, the publisher has made so much profit because it was not registered in the first place. So it is very important that we note these different steps, of course, as it relates to what kind of business that we intend to register or to project. Next slide, please. I think it's been mixed up to the next one. Next one. Then the next one. Yeah. So, yeah. So after the registration is done for the business, now we need to run the business, right? I think we've gone past a particular slide that discusses location. Can we track back a little bit? Let's talk about location. Okay, forward, forward, and forward. Okay, maybe that's been mixed up in the slide. But in any case, for our business, after registration, we have to have a location. Nowadays, we there's a lot of emphasis or de-emphasis on physical addresses for businesses. I think that came to light during COVID, that we had to devise a way to continue doing our businesses without having to make human contact to reduce the spread of COVID. So there was the emphasis on physical addresses, which has continued, or which has continued to be adopted by people now. And somehow we've been able to find out that it has made running of business cheaper for us. Yes, it has. But mind you, human beings like a business they can trust and a business to have integrity. Parts of the ways a business could actually sustain its integrity is to be able to have a physical address. You understand me? So to have that physical address. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah. Is to have a physical address. So your type of business will determine your physical address. For accessibility matters a lot in respect to the physical address. If it's a business, maybe a factory that produces things, it doesn't have to be in the center of town. It might be on the outskirts. So that saves you a lot of, let's say, costs on getting a physical location. So you don't have to be in town. But if it is a business that has a lot of footfalls, then you have to be in the center of town. And of course, that should assist you in deciding your pricing system. So as number 3, physical address promotes integrity. It does promote integrity. Everybody knows where they can find you. So it won't be necessary. And mind you, despite the physical address, in the digital age you find ourselves, it is also very important that you have an online presence. Yeah, the nature of your business will determine the kind of online presence that you have. Yeah, then you have a website for the online presence. Then naturally you have social media accounts. The nature of the social media account you sustain is also determined by the kind of business that you are running. We have Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, TikTok, Snapchat. Yes, they appear to be all the same, but of course they have their different peculiarities which you can take advantage of. We have some people who had their businesses being run on Instagram, but mind you, some of these businesses have also managed to show you how easy it is for you to scam people. And why was it that easy for these people who run fake businesses online to scam people? It is because they don't have a physical address, no verifiable address. They just hang in the air and take advantage of the anonymity that online business creates. So, but if there's a physical address that is verifiable, then it is easy for you to run your business. I've had an experience before with someone that I engaged in business with online. I saw a product on the person's Instagram handle. I said I liked it, that I'd like to purchase. We even exchanged numbers. I called to let the person know that, yes, I really want this product. And when I now said, I want to pay on delivery, the person said, no, you pay before we send out. So my next line of question was, I don't know you. How do I pay you this huge amount of money and not know if you're going to run away? She calls me back and responds to say that, no, it is me. I can't run away. Like, I don't know you from anywhere. You could just collect my money and block me, and that is it. She now said, well, she's been doing this business. I said, well, I'm very sorry. I can't just part with my money and let you run away with it. So what do I do? I now said, all right, I would send someone to your address. When the person gets to your address, the person is going to make a video call to me. I'm going to view the product on the video call. I ask the person for some details of that product. If the person confirms, I'll make a transfer to you, and the person picks up for me and send to me wherever I am. That was how we went. And after that first contact, there was some form of integrity that was established. Then we continued doing business. Then along the line, I now advised her to get a physical address. That if she had a physical address, we probably wouldn't have needed to go through all that, because I will know that it is a place that I can always confirm any information or contact her if the need be. So that is the importance of the physical address, even though you still need to have the online presence. Then for these different social media handles, they have community rules, which is important for us all to read before we place our products on these different social media handles. You'll have also observed that a lot of people have had to come out to complain at one point or the other that, oh, why is this social media always bringing down my page, when I already have 5 million followers, 20 million followers, suddenly they bring down my page and all that. Yes, they have rules and regulations. Yeah. So if you comply with the rules and regulations, they shouldn't bring it down. And when they do that unlawfully, you have a right against them. But I think that's a conversation for another day. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah. For your different types of businesses, we have permits, licenses, and things to comply with. If your business is one that is in the oil and gas sector, you need multiple permits, a whole lot of permits. In fact, it is very easy to model all these things up. But as long as you have the right advice, then you'll be able to cover all this, then you'll be in good stead. Where you are not in compliance with all these regulations concerning permits and licenses, the business can suffer some setback just because they failed to get some permit. As it is now, I'm recently engaged in a compliance issue with a particular oil and gas company. What happens? My clients are a community in the Niger Delta. In line with the regulations on oil and gas, the company is an oil mining company, and they are required to get what they call environmental impact assessment before they conduct their oil field exploration. But unfortunately, or maybe deliberately, because it's going to cost them some money to get this environmental impact assessment, they failed to do so. And naturally, along the line, their activities caused some pollution of the farmland,